Well, good afternoon, friends. Mark Holmes here. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's having a great Tuesday morning. Hope everything is great on your end. I hope all your taco dreams come true. I'm a little perplexed this morning. I saw Legal Pad, who's an attorney who definitely understands the ins and the outs of, being an attorney and the law and so on. I'm not an attorney. I don't pretend to be one. I am Joe the fan that wants to be able to help others out. And, of course, if you've been following everything that's been going on with Michael Irvin and his case, of course, which is going against Marriott, Legal Pad was talking this morning about, basically everything we've gotten pretty much so far has been from the Michael Irvin's camp inside point of view and so on. Marriott, of course, is going to defend themselves. And we know that when a case happens, that the defense will go through and try and sully the name of an individual to basically say, oh, they're not credible, or what they're saying is a crock of crap and so on, and that they may go through and dig through Michael Irvin's social media posts as well as things that people have put out on the internet, i.e. things that I have actually put out from the autograph signing show in Chantilly about 2 weeks ago, to hurt his case, to basically, for Marriott basically to say, the defamation, it doesn't seem to be affecting him. You see him there in South America, just as happy as could be. You can see him there at the autograph signing show, and he's doing great. My thing, though, is, and again, I'm not an attorney, and I'm not pretending to be one, is that's fine and good if he is, outwardly happy. But I could say that Dak Prescott looked outwardly happy on the field and things, but admitted to the depression that he had, losing his mother and losing his brother to suicide. And we've also only seen tad bits or snippets of Michael Irvin, as well as the autograph signing show that, we went to is a paid job. He's getting paid to be there, to sign the autographs, to meet people and things like that. You're not going to see him there crying, per se, with the fans and stuff. He's going to be Michael Irvin. I do recall, this was where I wish I could have actually carried on more of this conversation, but they asked us not to videotape, and maybe I shouldn't have put any of the tape out at all. But when I gave Michael Irvin the plaque, and I said to him, from my point of view of seeing what we've seen in the news and seeing the emotions and things like that, taking his words from the Pro Football Hall of Fame speech that he did as a motivation for him and me wanting to do something to give back. And, that's where I had to cut the camera, and he said, I definitely am keeping this. Talking with him, and you can see him reaching both hands and shaking my hands, but saying how difficult it had been, that he was in a dark place, that, he realized I've got to get up and get myself together, suck up all this stuff and go on with my life. In rationale, it is possible that Michael Irvin does not win this case. It's possible that he never gets back on NFL Network or ESPN, and you still have to go on with life. And as far as a case goes, this case has taken away his ability to make the money that he made before, because doing autograph signing shows, I'm sure at most he's getting $10,000, $15,000 or so. You'll go there, 100 people will pay $150 to get their autograph. He'll end up going in the back and signing a whole bunch of stuff that they'll do mail order and stuff like that. That pales into comparison to the millions that you would be making from ESPN and NFL Network. So from my point of view, and again, I'm not a lawyer like Legal Pad is, looking at this from the outset is it's hurt my ability to make money like I did before, future earnings and so on. But I want to play the clips from LegalPad because he does have incredible, he has knowledge that I don't, and so on. My hope is that I did not hurt the Michael Irvin case.
You in a court of law. This is known as the Miranda warning, named after the famous Supreme Court decision in Miranda versus Arizona. Although the Miranda warning clearly applies in criminal cases, parties to civil cases like Michael Irvin's defamation lawsuit should heed the exact same warning that anything they say out of court can and will be used against them in a court of law. Nowhere is this more the case than when it comes to things that they post onto social media. In this video, we'll take a look at Michael Irvin's recent public appearances and his social media activity, and we'll talk about ways in which Marriott and its co-defendants might try to use that evidence against him to undermine his case, to undermine his credibility. Before we get into the video though, I want to make a special announcement. If you want to support this channel and unlock special members only perks, then join my channel membership program today. All you have to do is click the link in the description box below. Now, defense attorneys will often scour a plaintiff's social media account looking for anything that they can use against the plaintiff to either undermine their allegations or call their credibility into question. The complaint that Michael Irvin filed says that he is seeking damages for humiliation, undue stress, anxiety, and mental anguish. During Irvin's first press conference after the NFL Network and ESPN indefinitely suspended him from TV, basically canceled him from TV, Irvin was clearly distressed and fighting back tears. We could all see that, and it seemed to be authentic. It did not look like an act. Host of ESPN's First Take, Stephen A. Smith, and Michael Irvin's friend, said that he talked to Irvin every week after the incident.
We have spoken every single week since the ordeal during Super Bowl week transpired.
He said that in Irvin's mind, Irvin was fighting for his life.
He is fighting in his mind for his life.
Stephen A. explained that he heard and saw Irvin cry while emphatically proclaiming his innocence.
But in speaking to him, in literally seeing and hearing him cry, while emphatically proclaiming his innocence.
That is compelling evidence of emotional distress and mental anguish. In a tweet earlier this month, Irvin revealed that he was traveling to Brazil because he was in a, quote, dark place, dealing with all that stuff since the Super Bowl, and he just needed to get away. In a moment, however, I'm going to show you how Marriott and other defendants in Irvin's case may try to use other social media posts that Irvin has made to undermine and contradict his claim that he's suffering from mental anguish, humiliation, undue stress, and anxiety. To illustrate my point, let's take a look at two cases where defendants used the plaintiff's social media post against them. The first case I want to look at is EEOC versus Original Honey Baked Ham Company. In that case, an employee filed an employment lawsuit claiming that she had suffered emotional distress because of harassment that she had experienced in the workplace. During the discovery stage of the lawsuit, the employer asked the plaintiff to grant it full access to her Facebook and other social media accounts to search for evidence that contradicted her claim that she was having this emotional distress. The plaintiff, of course, objected to that, and so the employer ultimately went and asked the court to order the plaintiff to grant it full access to her Facebook account and other social media accounts, including any deleted content, private messages, no matter what, they could view it. Now, the court ultimately granted the employer's request for full access to the plaintiff's social media accounts because the public photos and statements on her social media accounts provided, as the court would say, insight into her emotional state and financial expectations in the lawsuit. For example, the court pointed out that the plaintiff had posted statements about how losing a pet and ending a romantic relationship had caused her emotional pain and distress. She had posted photos and statements about her post-termination employment opportunities. She had apparently sent amorous direct messages, DMs, to other co-plaintiffs in that lawsuit, and she had even made statements about her current financial condition and her financial expectations related to the lawsuit. In another case, Romano versus Steelcase, an office worker had filed a personal injury lawsuit against her employer after her chair collapsed at work. She claimed that she had suffered injuries from the defective chair that had negatively affected her enjoyment of life. The injured plaintiff posted photos to Facebook showing
Okay.
her happy, smiling, enjoying her life, and traveling out of state despite claiming that she sustained permanent injuries and was largely confined to her home and her bed. Not surprisingly, the defendant requested access to the plaintiff's private Facebook page and messages, including anything that she had deleted. The court granted the defendant's request and ordered that the plaintiff had to give the defendant access to all of her private social media content because her public post on social media undermined her claim potentially for damages for mental anguish and loss of enjoyment of life. So with all of that said, I expect that in Michael Irvin's defamation lawsuit, Marriott and its co-defendants are going to use various videos that I have seen on Irvin's social media to try to show that he was just as happy and gregarious after the incident as he was before the incident, notwithstanding his allegations in his complaint to the contrary. For example, in a video posted on Mark Holmes's channel, Irvin can be seen hugging fans at some sort of expo, signing autographs, smiling, and generally he looks like someone who is enjoying his life. On March 26th, Irvin posted a video of himself celebrating his after the incident as he was before the incident, notwithstanding his allegations in his complaint to the contrary. For example, in a video posted on Mark Holmes's channel, Irvin can be seen hugging fans at some sort of expo, signing autographs, smiling, and generally he looks like someone who...
Does he look... Okay, maybe it's just me. I look and see, to me, I see a smile, but I also see stress on an individual too. The difference to me, at least in this situation where, a person who fell off a chair says that it's hurt her quality of life and is able to go out and do, all kinds of things, that you're getting workman's comp is different than you took my livelihood away. It's not a physical damage that you did. It is you took away. Okay, it's not that, Michael Irvin lost his voice because of this. Because of the allegations that were made, he cannot do his job. He wants to do his job, but he can't do his job. To me, that's the difference of where I broke my tailbone and now I can't sit in the chair to do the job at the job. That's why you have to pay me. I can't do the job because I am not allowed to do the job because of what you said. So to me, that's the difference, and I could be wrong because I'm not a legal expert.
Who is enjoying his life. On March 26th, Irvin posted a video of himself celebrating his alma mater's basketball team making the Final Four.
Y'all see this? Miami, Coach Larnay, we're headed to the Final Four. That's right. The U is on fire. That's what I'm talking about.
In a tweet on April 4th, it's clear that Irvin is making public appearances and giving back to the community, which is totally admirable and commendable, and I'm not saying he shouldn't be doing this, but this is what Marriott is going to bring up as Exhibit A, that Michael Irvin is not affected whatsoever by this, and in fact, his standing in the community is no different than it was before he was canceled from the Super Bowl and from the NFL Network. More recently, on April 9th, Irvin posted the following video to his Twitter account from Brazil after he was trying to find somebody watching the UFC fight.
Brazil to watch the fight. Oh my God! I don't even know these jokers, but we watched the fight together, and now we are born. Oh my God! We're going to have a three. We're going to have a three, and we all decided before the fight, if there's a three, we all going to it together. We going to it together. I was hiding from these jokers, and they found me in Brazil. God, did you see that knockout? God.
Now, don't get me wrong. I fully support and encourage Michael Irvin to continue moving forward, living his life, giving back to the community, and trying to enjoy his life. I am not by any means saying that he should play the victim here or that he should wallow in self-pity, but I fully expect that the defendants in his lawsuit will try to introduce as evidence to a jury his social media posts in support of its argument that he was not suffering any major humiliation, stress, anxiety, mental anguish, or even loss of standing in his community. they may also use it to discover private messages, direct messages that Irvin has been sending via his social media accounts. My counter argument to all of that would be to first acknowledge that yes, Irvin clearly appears to be enjoying himself in the videos that he posted on Twitter. And yes, Irvin clearly does not seem to be in any kind of real distress on those videos, but looks can be deceiving. While these photos and videos may show Irvin smiling and enjoying simple pleasures in life, like watching a good fight, cheering for his alma mater, mentoring young athletes, and giving back to the community, I'm sure that Irvin would say that these fleeting moments of joy were overshadowed at all times by the reality that he may never get to work in his chosen profession again. They're overshadowed by the fact that he, if he's to be believed, he has done nothing to deserve that. He has done nothing wrong. That's a dark reality, and one that is probably constantly in the back of his mind, even if he is able to blow off steam every now and then. So let me know in the comments below how much, if anything, you believe the defendant should have to pay Michael Irvin to make up for any humiliation, stress, anxiety, and mental anguish that he has experienced as a result of this whole incident. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.
So there you go. I hope that what I put out there does not hurt Michael Irvin's case at all. But the outward appearance to me is, okay, that's great. So he's okay right there, but he's never going to be made whole from losing his career. We'll see what happens with that. Definitely check out Legal Pad, because he knows the ins and outs and things of course, the legal system, because that's his profession. I'm Mark Holmes, and I appreciate you.